Welcome to the program. Boy, stocks really rallied this week. And actually, before we get into that, let me ask you, please support our channel, subscribe. Our goal is for 100 subscribers. So click that button and the like button and we'll get right into it. Okay, this is a weekly chart on the SPY. Before we get into it, today was a really nice day. The overall markets, the Dow finished up 1%, S&P 500 1.30%, and NASDAQ 2.19. Crude oil WTI is 1.45% increase to $72.87 a barrel. 10-year Treasury notes up to 3.80. So that's been going pretty high, and that's definitely got to put some alarms on. And the relative strength of the dollar is 104.23. Again, that's rising as well. So what's that mean for the markets? Well, that means some steam has to be blown off. Now, again, we're on a weekly chart. So this week's candle was right here. Look at that big bottom tail. Shows a lot of support. And this thing wants to go higher. Its goal is 430 to 429, this line up here. And let's zoom back out a little bit. And that's where that line's coming from, right here. That's our next target. It's 429.29. And it looks like it's on its way. That's a weekly. Let's look at a monthly chart. Alright, so here's the month of May. Look how bullish that looks, the bottom tail. You know that saying, sell in May, then go away? Well, that definitely did not play out this year. So again, this is every candle here represents a month. 2021 is right here, the high of 479.98. And if we zoom out, can we see any patterns in here? Well, no, that was pretty much of a bull run. So here we are here. We got these topping tails here. So it definitely came up pretty strong. Let's go to the daily chart here for the SPY. So there's its target in the sand right here again, 429.50, 430. And it has just been really following this uptrend nice. So it finally broke through 416. Okay, earlier in the week. You see how aggressive these candles were. We had a big sell-off and then came right back. So do we see any patterns in here? Let's take a look. Well, we're getting higher lows, higher highs. It tried to make it here, it failed. A lot of consolidation right here in this range. Okay, that month of April and then going into May. And we really shot up pretty good in May. So, you know, things actually did off a little bit in the beginning of May, but boy, it rebounds right back. So right now, I still see an uptrend. You know, things are definitely working in that uptrend range here. So that'll be interesting to see what happens here. So that's today's daily chart. Was pretty aggressive. So let's go ahead and take a look at the QQQ. Let's go back to a weekly chart here for one. QQQ, extremely bullish. Oops. Here we go. So you see we have a trend line here. In fact, we'll make that blue. There's that upward trend line, staying on it nicely. It finally broke past 333.69, blew past that, past 342, and it is now on its way to 360. And it looks extremely aggressive. You would think with these big engulfing candles here on a week. This is each candle is a week that we're due to pull back. I would say to pull back for 333.69 as to retest a new support level before it starts making its way up to 360. Let me back out a little more. Yeah, definitely pull back to 342. I have a feeling it's going to use 360 right here, 333.69 as, and it's going to test that for a new level of support. Where we were down here at 309, and so yeah, that's the weekly chart there. That looks really good. Let's see, what else can we find here in this chart? It looks like it needs to. It's definitely been overbought. So let's look at the daily chart here, and that's this year right here. So that is definitely following a nice uptrend. There's no doubt about it. I definitely again can see a nice pullback to resupport 309 is a new support level. So that's what the charts are telling me right now. Let's take. We had okay, Palantir, by the way. People wanted to ask about that. That has really been recovering nicely. As you can see here, they beat estimate earnings, and it's just been going to the moon. The $14. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it pull back to $10, and if it can hold that as support, that was the very top range. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see it selling off and go back to $9, and I think $9 could be its new support. So we'll have to take a look at that. And again, everybody they were talking about Nvidia here. That huge, look at that huge jump. They reported great earnings and great future outlook. And it gapped up from like 305 to 380 overnight. Here, we can look at that move on the intraday charts. Here, we'll go to a 15-minute time frame. So basically, earnings came out, and here we are, 303, and it goes all the way up to 390, actually, if we want to get technical about it. So that was a really takeoff move. Let's go back to the day chart. Microsoft's up 2.41% today, but again, they are, look at a big move today. Everybody had big moves today, but that's an uptrend. Apple 1.41%. It broke out of that downtrend that we were taking a look at. So let's zoom out and take a look at that. There was that downtrend. Broke past it and now hit its target of 176. Let's get rid of this downtrend. It did hit 176, came down. Now it's trying to reclaim that number. So yeah, I think it'll get there, and then its next target's going to be 179, 180, and then its ultimate high of 180, 294. Let's see what happens with that. See anything at Tesla 193? It's been grinding up, broke out of this down range. As you can see, we have a down range for it. So it definitely broke out. Seems like new support levels. Well, 165. We'll draw a little line there. I would say 165. So we'll go to 165 there. And that is, for now, we're going to say is a new support. We'll move that up slightly, 165. There you go. Here's that gap. Tesla did fill the gap, so that's what we expected. Tesla's, doing pretty well. Other than that, Meta's up 3.7% today. Big move today. Again, look at that big move. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Let me zoom back out here. See this gap here? I'm going to gap down. That gap's going to get filled. So it already hit the gap from 248 to 292. So I'm projecting that gap's going to get filled. You know, past history shows that usually is the case. BP oil, miles check oil, it has come down a lot. It's been up in that high range for a while. I guess companies have been buying back their stock. But I expected Oxy, let's check oil. Okay, it's holding this range between 56 and like 68. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Other than that, the banks, okay. JP Morgan, small update today, 1.3 or 90.94%, and they're kind of holding in there. So again, we're looking at a daily chart here. This is the whole year here, and it's Bank of America. Let's see here. Yeah, they took a beating, and they're still hanging in this low range. I'm sure they would like to get back up to 31.50. I would say that's probably going to be its target. But it's got a lot of resistance. Well, you know, the resistance is around $30, so we'll have to see what happens with that. We'll keep an eye on that. And by the way, AT&T has just been tanking. Look at this chart. They're just coming down, 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 down to 15.50 now. And is it going to make down to 14.46? They've just been hurting. And, you know, their earnings, they're meeting expectations. So that's interesting. Verizon, they haven't been doing too well as well. So they're just gapping down. Look at this downtrend here. Tried to break out. Now it's back in it. So that's about it for now. We will keep an eye. Hope you guys all made money this week trading. The market's been quite interesting, that's for sure. And again, we appreciate your support and thank you for watching. And have a nice day.